In the last tutorial on redirection, we saw multiple ways to redirect output, or better, call it a data stream, from one command to get stored into a file located onto our file system. Let's start this tutorial by understanding what is piping. Piping is a feature of Linux that lets you use two or more commands in a way that the output of one command is served as the input of another command, and that should be in the same pipeline. In Linux, the pipe is represented by this symbol, which you can see it over here highlighted in the red color. When I say piping, imagine it as the pipeline in which there are multiple commands which are joined together using a pipe, and finally whatever input is given on one side comes out as the combined output after crossing all these commands. Using piping feature, you can use multiple commands in such a way that it even becomes a complex and a very powerful command. In this picture, I have taken an example of three commands which are joined together using a pipe system. The command 1 takes input from the user, executes as per the command instructions, and the output is generated. Whatever output is generated is passed to the command 2 via this pipe. Again, command 2 takes input from the command 1, processes the input and produces an output of itself. So this processed output from command 2 is now passed again to command 3 as an input. And if command 3 is the last command, then command 3 will process the final input and produce the final output that will be delivered to the user. Let's now move to the command line terminal and see how this piping concept works. I'm sure that by now you might be comfortable with the cat command. So I will be using cat command along with various new commands as well in this lecture to explain you the piping concepts. You can notice I have already created a file with the name fruits.txt. The contents of the file, you can see it over here. This is having various entries, basically the name of fruits listed over here. There are total 84 entries, and let's go ahead and use this file to understand piping. So let me first change my working directory to desktop. Okay, now if I do ls, you can see fruits.txt file is over here. So I'll be using cat command to read data from fruits.txt. So just notice when I pressed enter button after writing my command, the prompt actually displayed the entire result, but I was taken out of this prompt window and the result that I could see was the last entry. What if I want the result to be displayed in such a way that I will scroll down to see the result one by one? Okay, so for that what I can do is I'll be using the same command cat fruits.txt. Now as I showed you the pipe symbol, this symbol you will find onto your keyboard closer to the enter button. Have a check over there. Okay, now after putting the pipe over here, I will use a command called less. So let me first explain this command to you. This cat fruits.txt command will read data from the fruits.txt file and it will pass the entire output, this output, to the less command, and less command will give me the output in this manner. And you can notice over here that the prompt is waiting for me to take some action. What action the prompt wants me to do is just scroll down. Scroll down using the scroll button onto the mouse, or just use the down or the up arrow key to see. Okay, see, I can scroll up, I can scroll down. Okay, and I can scroll exactly up to the last one. When I'm at the last, I press the Q button to come out of this prompt. Moving ahead, I can use the same command with a different command in the pipe. Last time I had used less. Now I'm reading the contents of fruit.txt file using the cat command, and then I am passing the output to the next command in the pipeline, that is the more command. Okay, let me press enter and show you the output. Just notice that the output that we got when we use the less command and the output that I am getting right now is not much different. Okay, the only difference is I am having the more written over here, and instead of using the scroll, okay, I can also use the enter button for scrolling line by line. Okay, and then when I come to the last, it automatically takes me out of this prompt. Let me clear the window.